Live from the other side of over there, a Tuesday Uber Nugget version of Business Pants, joined as always by Emma, Kiva Raw Manuka Honey Lurking, and Matt Brand White Distilled. Oh, nope. And Matt Weatherspoon Raw Monofloral Manuka Honey Muscardi. I'm Stop and Shop Brand Distilled White Distilled Vinegar. Jesus.
Wow, that was not.
The rehearsal went well today. This is a cold reading, everyone. Cold reading, ladies and gentlemen.
That did not pan.
And in today's rotten apple-shaped bag of nugget-flavored nuggets called August 2nd, 2022, ESG nuggets, conspiracy nuggets, and random nuggets.
I got a giggle there at one point. That's not bad for 18 embedded jokes. I got a half a giggle.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, there's a lot of honey going on, and I don't know what the thing is with Manuka honey.
My
today,
friends are telling me about I should buy New Zealand honey.
Why?
No, you're actually only supposed to have local honey because of the allergen thing.
Listen, since I know these idiot friends don't listen to my show, and thanks a lot, you idiots. I can tell you right now, I'm not buying the stupid New Zealand honey. It's too expensive.
Did you tell them?
Ridiculous.
Or did you do the thing where you were like, "Oh no, yeah, totally, I should." Yeah, you're right, I should.
I think for me, it's more I just ask a series of questions which imply I think they're stupid.
That works too. I like passive aggressive. Let's do this.
All right, come on. Don't we have nugget music? I'm feeling nauseous and sleepy. Don't you want to pet me up? Do we have nuggets music? All right, fine.
You always hate the nugget music, so I'm treading on a.
I like the Nuggets music. I hate the original Business Pants theme that Matt came up with his drunken high school buddies. All right, come on.
Let's do it. Here it is. Turn it up. Turn it up.
In our SpaceX's official response was no receipt, no return, and shut up and thank Elon for those electric cars you can't afford. Headline of the week. Space debris that crashed in Australian farmland is likely from SpaceX, astrophysicist says. Likely.
We don't have enough astrophysicists on this show.
And do we have any astrophysicists on Australian farmland? I think the answer is no.
Yeah, what were they doing there? Exactly.
That's a good question. Your vacation went really wrong.
You ended up in Australian farmland.
In our this can't be the same folksy old white grandpa Warren Buffett whose business partner Charlie Munger recently said critics of the ultra-rich are motivated by envy. Must be a different dude. Headline of the week. Well, I'm exhausted. Warren Buffett's company part of historic deal after claims of racist jokes and redlining. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Doesn't sound good.
Warren Buffett's a racist? Is that what you just said?
He owns a racist mortgage lending company. That is being, being
no,
told
that's
to
just.
clean up
I mean, isn't redlining to banks is like deep water drilling to oil companies? It's just what Buffett invests in, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, how dare we point that out?
You like my analogies? Those
Ready
analogies will go somewhere someday.
This is a doozy. In our other articles from this series include 1, I'm a Microsoft software engineer. It's a boring job, but I love the joy of criticizing my colleagues behind their backs. 2, I'm an Amazon warehouse worker. It's a terrible job, but I love the joy of dreaming about being exploited by a dumb Business Insider clickbait headline. 3, I'm a Goldman Sachs analyst. It's a pointless job, but I love the joy of pretending that I work here for something other than the money by also pretending that I've read a Toni Morrison novel. Headline of the week. I'm an Apple Store technician. It's a tough job, but I love the joy of fixing a customer's beloved device. This is an article from Business Insider. What is this?
Business Insider covered Debbie losing her luggage yesterday. So
what is that?
I don't. This doesn't. Feel
I love the joy of fixing a customer's beloved device. Is any of this real?
I love the joy of smashing a customer's device. What job is there for that?
I mean, look, I'm not anti-Apple as much as Emma, but are iPhones now beloved devices? Have we gone this far?
They're beloved by necessity.
No, it's not what beloved.
Well, you can get an Android phone.
Can't fix it at the Apple Store.
On purpose, and I'm not engaging with you.
In our Hey Ma! Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Visa said the suit would encourage misdirected litigation since it doesn't have the ability to investigate the circumstances of each of the billions of transactions it processes every year. I think they just invented a new category to go alongside Too Big to Fail called Too Big to Care. Tell Dad. Headline of the week. Whew. Visa must face claims it profited from Pornhub video of child. I like that.
Yeah.
They're saying we can't possibly look into everything we're doing. How dare you? How are we supposed to know what we're doing? That's their defense for it. No, really, that's their defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that also implies that Visa's the only credit card used to buy child porn
Well,
on Pornhub.
I will say this about MasterCard. I think they severed their relationship with Pornhub. So I think
did they
other
really?
credit companies did things. I think
Oh, they
Visa-
figured
Yeah.
something out? Wait. How's that possible?
I mean, to be fair, MasterCard? Is that really a thing? I thought my grandmother used that in the 70s. I don't know what that is.
It's so close
MasterCard.
to masturbate that you'd think that
Oh,
they'd be the
interesting.
ones in
See, now
Pornhub,
I'm-
but not Visa. But I don't know. It didn't work
In
out
our-
that way.
In the 1960s, they were worried about the revolutionary effects of smoking weed, and now we have to worry about the revolutionary effects of Trader Joe's somewhat spicy dill-flavored kettle-cooked potato chips. Headline of the week. Trader Joe's workers vote to form union at Massachusetts store. Uh-oh.
What?
Yay.
The joke didn't. I don't understand the connection between the weed and the kettle.
I think what the headline, the joke writer is saying here is that when the Trader Joe's employees eat the spicy dill flavored kettle chips, they get all revolutionary and they form unions.
Oh. That one was a little esoteric. Let's send that
That
one
one
back
was?
in post.
Oh, how dare you! In our wait, gas companies make more money when gas prices are higher? I'm sorry, but wouldn't it just be easier to blame someone who is pro-choice or who constructs ESG ratings methodologies? Headline of the week. That's a headline. That's one of our headlines.
That's a good one. I like that one.
BP sees biggest profit in 14 years as energy bills soar. That's a
God.
shocking one. That's shocking.
That's amazing. Good.
Can't
for them.
believe how they managed to do that.
I don't know how they're living through it. They're day by day.
And our last one in this section. Don't worry, there'll be more
like
later.
Last year.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Remember last year when apparently oil was dead? Like all big oil was
That's a
supposedly.
good point.
You know, it was every headline I saw. Big oil, getting government help. Big oil, never gonna be the same again. Big oil, cry to your mom about us. Like,
Emma.
but now, here we
Emma.
go.
Last year.
That was a
last
headline
year.
on Business
That was last
Insider, I
year.
think. I think that was a headline on Business Insider, though. Cry to your mom
Totally.
about it.
Our final one in this section the first initiative is called Just Because You Can't Afford It Doesn't Mean You Can't Buy It with Your Debt-Ridden Credit Card. And the second initiative is called Being Adjacent to Luxury Should Shut You Up Long Enough So We Can Take Your Picture for a 2022 Diversity Report. Headline of the week. Tiffany and Company is creating a vision for inclusive luxury with a program supporting black designers and students.
Mm. I also did
Inclusive
see-
luxury.
There was
Inclusive
a-
luxury.
There was a spread in the New York Times about how having a rich friend actually makes you richer.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah,
I
I
really
mean-
do.
Duh.
So Tiffany's can just be your rich friend that you spend money at. That, I think, is the goal. All right.
All right, bring us down, Matt. Make us fear stuff. Come on.
I want
Conspiracy
to
nuggets.
do
Come on.
some conspiracy nuggets today because there are a bunch of headlines that just got in my head like a conspiracy theory. So here we go. In our What's a Mockus? And is this somehow Steve Easterbrook's fault? Headline of the week. Most expensive Mockus ever. Traveler fined $1,874 over undeclared McMuffins in luggage. So, first of all, a Mockus is what Australians call McDonald's. I don't
Yeah, I think it's like
They call it-
Macca's.
Mm-hmm.
Macca's, something like I don't know. I'm
Mhm.
not Australian. I'm not going to do an accent. But here's my conspiracy theory.
You should.
McDonald's placed the McMuffins in the traveler's luggage in order to get free publicity for selling the most expensive McDonald's ever. Well
Yeah,
played.
but-
It's the modern Travis Scott of air travel.
But you've
Whoa.
been to the airport before, Matt, and you've flown with all these disgusting farty travelers. McDonald's is placing McMuffins in everyone's on air on
That's
flight
why it's a
luggage.
conspiracy. Like
I mean, have you
everybody
seen the
else got
lines?
away with it. Everyone else gets away with it, and this person had to pay $1,800 as a result of their negligence. So
Undeclared McMuffins. I like that.
undeclared McMuffins. That's correct.
What was the question for that they didn't clear? Like, do you have anything nasty and shitty in your luggage?
Do you have anything
They
that
said
will
no.
never biodegrade in your bag? Okay, next in our, you should see what our retail version can kill. Headline of the week. U.S. operation kills Al Qaeda's top leader, who has led the terror group since bin Laden was killed in 2011. That's right, he was killed by a drone. Here's my conspiracy.
Yeah.
Drone manufacturer AeroVironment, the largest manufacturer of military drones for the U.S. military, plans on getting into retail self-defense drones, and this is their first advertisement. Kill interlopers like
Wait.
Al Qaeda.
Self-defense drones, like it like walks next to you, and if someone attacks you, it kills them.
There's a company called
Drones?
Sorry,
Sunflower.
flies next
Yeah.
to you.
Since when
There's
do
a
drones walk?
Well,
Yeah, well, the Boston Dynamics kind of has walking
right. They have that
drones,
dumb dog.
But there's a company called Sunflower where they put this pod in your backyard.
Sunflower?
It's covered
Oh,
up.
no.
Yep. I'm
They've
not kidding.
ruined
It's
the-
called
They've
Sunflower.
ruined the name
They've
Sunflower.
ruined sunflowers.
Oh.
And the pod opens up like a weird. It looks exactly like the egg in Alien. It opens up
Okay,
the
keep
exact same
talking.
way,
Yeah.
and a drone lifts off from the center of the pod, circles your property until
Oh,
it gets
no.
low on battery, and then goes
Okay.
and parks itself back in the pod and closes up. It's self-defense
Like a
pods.
Roomba with a machine gun.
It doesn't have any weaponry attached
Oh,
to
not
it.
yet.
But we're
Not
not
yet.
far from that.
Yeah,
That's
I was
the
gonna
first
say,
mod,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's the first thing that someone's going to do.
Oh man.
It's sexual harassment that I'm the only bald man on the management team, you assholes.
Ooh.
Headline of the week. Banana Boat recalls scalp sunscreen spray for cancer risk.
Yeah.
Wait, so they. My first question about this is that they have scalp specific sunscreen spray.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because
Why?
the skin on your scalp is not actually skin; it's something else, right? Is that what they're saying? It's
I
not.
think
It's different
it's-
skin.
It's more metallic, I think.
It's
No,
man
here's the
skin. I
conspiracy
don't
theory.
know.
Here's the conspiracy theory. The leadership team of Edgewell Personal Care, which is the parent company of Banana Boat, was asked on their website, they list their favorite products in their bios, and all of them chose either razors, which is most of them because they also own Schick, or body wash, except for one guy. Someone made the CFO, Dan Sullivan, who happens to be the only bald person on the entire leadership team, say that deodorant was his favorite product. Imagine going out to the world and being like, my favorite thing is I am so smelly that this deodorant's my favorite product. So in retaliation, Dan,
Yeah.
the CFO, added benzene to the scalp sunscreen as a screw you to his hairy leadership counterparts. That's my
the only-
conspiracy theory.
The only thing I heard there was just that you realize that we have another company that's telling us some insipid favorite thing or favorite product, favorite coffee, favorite sneaker. Like this is a dream for me. You realize this is a dream for me. Like
Well,
this is
you
all
would
I live
like
for.
these options are like everybody picked like the Schick Hydro so they can shave
Yeah.
better. It
Yeah.
was like
Well, I'm just
it
excited.
was not, and this guy's holding up
yeah.
like antiperspirant or deodorant.
Well, this is an ESG data point that I think we've all been waiting for.
Agreed.
Just saying.
We're going to incorporate it into our model soon. In our last conspiracy nugget,
Yeah.
in our imagine if we actually recycled headline of the week, the quest to find 180 million in Bitcoin buried in a dump.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
Here's the
On
conspiracy
purpose?
theory. This is all real. Venture capital firms are now funding and backing a guy named James Howell's search for his hard drive they are back. What they're paying for is AI-powered sorting, landfill excavation, data extraction, hiring. They actually hired the person who found and used the black box from the Columbia space shuttle explosion.
Right. Of course.
They're paying for 24-hour security cameras to watch to make sure thieves don't come in and take the hard drive if it's found. They're paying for 2 Boston Dynamics AI robot dogs to monitor for thieves.
Yeah.
This is all real with plans. When they find the hard drive, they're going to build a small-scale solar or wind farm on top of the site if they find it.
What?
There's no conspiracy theory. Just imagine if we put this much effort into literally
whoa.
anything else.
That
I
is
didn't.
insane.
I didn't see this part about the solar wind farm. Is this just a way of making it seem like what they're doing is not ridiculous?
He's been begging the council. He's in Wales. He's been begging the council for access to the dump, and he can't get access. So his pitch has gotten like bigger and
That's like a
bigger and
payback.
bigger.
Oh, it's
and
like
this
a
is
quid
like,
pro quo.
I'll give you a solar farm on top of it to just let me get
So,
this.
Let me get
money.
this right. In the 20th century, we were funding excavation projects like finding the Titanic, right? Like something of historical significance, maybe cultural significance.
Yeah.
And now we're funding projects for a dope who lost his Bitcoin hard drive to find, so because he needs
Correct.
more
Wait.
money.
Dopey hard drive
Dopey.
dude.
That's what I'm stuck on. How did said hard drive end up in said
Mistake.
dump?
Mistake.
Yeah,
He
he had
just
2 hard
literally
drives.
lost it.
One was blank and one had his Bitcoin key on it, and he accidentally threw out the Bitcoin one, not the blank.
Does he
one.
not have a basement or garage? You're supposed to put your crap like that down there. You don't have to accidentally throw away hard drive. Who accidentally
And if you
throws
have
away hard
2
drives anymore?
2 identical flash. You put one on. I'm so confused. You have 2 identical flash drives. You don't label one, or maybe buy a second one in a different
don't throw one away.
color. I don't.
He put them in
understand.
different drawers.
Most importantly, let me ask you this, Matt. 2
Why don't you
Boston
plug it
Dynamics
in and
AI,
check?
2 Boston Dynamics AI robot dogs, right? We know the dog. We know these robots are called Spot. I
They
think
are,
from
yeah.
previous reporting.
Oh God.
So are they both going to be called Spot, or
Spot 1
is
and
it
Spot 2.
Spot 1 and Spot 2? Do we know how that's going to work?
You know what? They did not divulge details on that for some reason. This is. We do know that his favorite deodorant comes from Edgewell Personal Care, though.
Emma, you go next before we get back to my incredibly
Okay.
wonderful.
These are just 2 random nuggets that I pulled
Yeah.
to talk about them. Here
Yep.
we go. Number 1. In our Lina Kahn supremacy headline of the week, the FTC just slapped Open Door with a $62 million fine for misleading customers about the true costs of its home buying business. She's on a hot streak, and I
This
think
is
it's
Lina?
just going to
Okay.
keep going, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
That's all.
she is. That's
That's
it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else.
All right, I'll take it.
I
I'll
love
take it.
The only funny tidbit about it is that the company founders strongly disagree with the allegations, but they're still going to settle. So, how much do they really?
But they won't
disagree
admit
with them?
wrongdoing. They won't admit wrongdoing.
So
I want. Where's the press release that says we strongly agree that we did mislead our investors? Like, do they ever get to say that?
I hope
Oh,
so.
they get to say it. They just refuse to say
I
it.
want them to say that. Somebody say that.
Number 2, in our this has nothing to do with anything except that I want to talk about it headline of the week. Indigenous senator in Australia told to repeat oath of allegiance after she called Queen Elizabeth the colonizing Her Majesty. I'm just kind of in love with everything about this. She did end up repeating herself and saying it correctly because I do believe that is the law. But first of all, I always forget that Australia is technically still a constitutional monarchy in part. So their head
Really?
of state is Queen Elizabeth
So,
to this
so
day.
even
Yeah.
Canada could quit the Queen, but Australia can't quit the Queen?
No, Australia's not quitting the Queen. And to add on to this, I do think that American legislators should start doing it. For example, I
yeah.
will support and defend the Constitution that doesn't protect anyone except white men. That would be great. And if I'm here for it.
I actually, yeah, go ahead.
How much would it cost if you tried to put the Queen in your luggage? Is there a fine for that? Like,
Actually,
we know
her
McMuffins
bones must
cost
be pretty
$1,800.
bendable at this point, right? Her bones can't be very
God.
sturdy anymore. I think you
I
can
mean,
roll her up
she
and
could
put her in with your socks.
Yeah, like a sleeping bag, like a Queen sleeping bag.
I attempted to make a joke out of that headline too, Emma, and all it turned out it was just me being angry, so I deleted it. But I do want to point out that she actually has a name. Her name's Lydia Thorpe.
Lydia Thorpe, yes.
And why did she say it properly? Like, what
She's
what
forced to.
century is this?
Yeah.
She
By
has to.
who?
Well, I looked this up, and I don't know about Australia, but in the States, when I was looking up the legislative oath for senators and House members, you legally have to say it properly with the given word. So I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States is something that you legally have to say as a federal legislator.
All right, back to the serious part of the show. In our how the hell do you expect us to figure out how to market somewhat spicy dill-flavored kettle-cooked potato chips? Headline of the week. Data brokers resist pressure to stop collecting info on pregnant people. Pregnant people.
Resist.
That's
pressure.
a weird way to phrase that, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah,
sort of
that's
what I'm
at a
stuck on,
Politico.
to be honest.
Like they're resisting the pressure to stop doing it. They're basically like, so everyone's telling them, stop it. And they're like, we resist. That feels...
And why?
Yeah.
Why do they want data? Why do data brokers want info on pregnant people?
Well,
Just
they want data
the
on
horrible
everybody.
Texas.
State of the world.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah.
sell it. Yeah, they want. Yeah, they do. They want to sell it to Governor Greg Abbott. In
Oh,
our
Lord.
Actually, the Queen is also of German and Danish descent, and the Scottish are planning another independence vote to de-British itself. But extra points for your shitty floundering pun. Headline of the week.
Yeah.
Fish and chips are as British as the Queen. A brutal few months has the industry floundering.
It's that tastes classic Business Insider.
Yeah, that's yes. You know what? I think we should do a show where we probably should do a headline quiz show where we identify the. I'll
Business Insider or not Business Insider
Yeah.
would just be the show.
Our audience that show will be just one disgruntled former Business Insider reporter who will chuckle.
Well, that's our current audience anyway, so that
That's true.
works.
In our, I was hoping it would be closer to the middle of the back wall, or at least next to that nice couch in the lobby, next to that fuzzy rug you like. Headline of the week. Google CEO Sundar Pichai says productivity is not where it needs to be. Not where it needs to be.
Yeah,
No.
I saw this. What does this mean?
Yeah, where does it need to be?
It's not in the couch cushions.
Where?
It's not in the key dish by the door.
Also,
we didn't leave it there.
In the
Whose
veranda?
productivity? Like his?
got
The
a
lowest paid
veranda?
workers at the company? I need more specificity here. This is
In our-
uncomfortable for me.
Amazon's 2021 sustainability report is called Delivering Progress Every Day. And nothing spells delivering progress every day like a $22 Playboy trucker hat from PacSun or a $575 belt bag made from 30% cow leather from Diesel. Headline of the week. Amazon starts same-day deliveries from Diesel and PacSun stores. Who needs this? Same-day delivery, PacSun and Diesel.
But isn't this the retail
Same day.
version of? Do you remember like the bandwidth ISP wars when?
Do tell me.
When
what?
when they were talking about net neutrality, like when that was like a big discussion
Keep
point,
going.
and whether or not Netflix was going to get throttled because the providers of the internet had competing services with Netflix, so they would,
Right.
if you're Comcast, you're like, okay, I'm going to slow down Netflix network, and I'm going to preferentially make my network faster. This seems like they're basically cutting deals with dumb retailers to get you stuff faster because Amazon can just preferentially throw a product at you. I don't like it. I don't like being told that one thing gets to me faster than another. I want all things to come exactly when I want them.
I'm
Don't tell
hoping
me
if-
which ones.
I'm hoping if Matt keeps talking, Emma, that by the time he's done, you will be wearing a PacSun Playboy trucker hat.
Yeah, I placed my order. I think I might even see the truck.
In our, this is just a reminder that the CEO of Taco Bell is a golfer named Mark King, and the founder of Taco Bell is a golfer named Glenn Bell. and that while I was researching my snide and shitty "these dudes sound like golfers" references, I discovered that Taco Bell CEO Mark King actually spent 34 years at TaylorMade Golf and self-describes
34.
himself on his website as a radical leader, innovation champion, culture expert, and provocateur. While Taco Bell founder Glenn Bell originally planned on opening a mini golf course, which is all my way of saying you might think I'm just telling dumb and easy jokes, which I am, but that there's secret meaning to my stupidity. Headline of the week.
That was. I don't remember the beginning of that headline. That was a nice long one.
The Taco Bell Mexican pizza is coming back as a permanent menu item in mid-September, CEO says.
Ooh, I
That
got
was my weird way, Matt, of telling everyone to trust us. We know what we're talking about.
Because we know the golf.
Yeah.
There's meaning
habits
to our
of the
stupidity.
CEO.
There's meaning to our stupidity somehow. I'm like
says
propping up
ever.
your board sabermetrics data platform about the law. I'm propping it up to say that we know what we're talking about.
Look, I'm telling you, after that joke, I expect several calls about our board sabermetrics.
And finally, in our I'm waiting for the bad part of this headline of the week, the entire lab smelled like barbecue sauce. Applebee's launches 4 lip glosses that taste like chicken wings.
Yeah. This.
Wait,
I hope everyone there, everybody at Applebee's has a living wage times 7, because if this is
Matt,
what
are
they're
you
working on,
asking?
things must be
Matt,
good.
are you about to ask about the flavors?
I was going to ask why they don't have a vegan one.
How do you know they don't?
I mean, they taste like chicken wings. Do they have vegan
Could be
chicken
plant-based
wings?
chicken wings. Come on.
Well, no,
You're
that
more
plant.
you're smarter
There's
than
chicken
that.
and then
those-
there's not chicken.
For those like myself who are curious about the 4 different flavors, they are as such: honey BBQ tea,
says
sweet chili
BBQ?
kiss,
Sweet. Ooh.
be my honey pepper, and get me hot buffalo. Those are the flavors. That's what they
Matt, I
are.
really do want to know,
imagine-
Matt. Who says BBQ? Who says that?
Nobody. Can you imagine making out with somebody at a first date and being like, "Oh my God, you taste like
Hey,
honey barbecue sauce"?
it's better than the 90s when everyone tasted like Camel Lights.
Yeah, that's well. Is it
I'm-
though?
Yeah.
Applebee's
yes.
barbecue sauce, or
It is a
Camel
little bit
Lights?
better. Yeah.
I guess so.
That
I guess
3
so.
a.m. PBR and Camel Lights taste, that kind of gets a little nasty.
It was
after a
something
while.
special, though. We remember that.
Yeah,
That's
we did. It was
Damian
very
Rollish,
special.
And I'm Matt Muscardi and Emma Lurking. We are Free Float Media. That was some stuff. Come back tomorrow for Woke Wednesday. We'll see you then. Goodbye.